All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Beth is about to join me here shortly. You're on Call to Reasons, CTR on the side, and I am here on the couch. Beth will be joining me soon, and we are going to have a good time going over a few key issues with you very quickly tonight. We're going to be going quick, but we've got a lot to cover. Primarily with what's going on with national security. Uh, Donald Trump is now at odds with his national security team, and that's really weird. Beth is going to be here with us in just a second, y'all. You're on Call to Reasons, CTR on the side, Thirsty Thursday. And while we're waiting for Beth, let me thank one of our valued sponsors, Keishi the Zuni Connection. They are just one of our most amazing and valuable sponsors here on Call to Reason, and they do us right, and they'll do you right. They just finished their month-long or couple-week-long session of a sale, and you know, I'm sorry you all missed it, but their value is amazing all the time. Keishi, the Zuni Connection, their value is amazing all the time, and they do a really good job at representing the very best of the best of original Zuni art. And here comes Beth, y'all. Here comes Beth. She is joining us right now. Here she is. And we'll wave at her too. Hey, Beth.
Hey there. Happy Thirsty Thursday.
Happy Thirsty Thursday to you.
Let's have a look at that outfit.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm fly now. I am fly today, Beth.
I know. I kind of got it. I kind of like put on a little something and some jewelry so that I can compete.
Yeah, I've gotten fly for you. And want to welcome everyone. Beth and I are here with you on Call to Reasons, CTR on the side, Thirsty Thursday. And we are jumping right into some key issues. Beth, Donald Trump says that he knows better and that time will prove him right over the expertise of all of the various, all of the various intelligence expertise that is at his disposal. He's doubling down on his assessments, and he's admitted that he never even read the intelligence briefing itself, but yet he's criticizing reporting on it because he's mad the media is not just accepting what he's saying over the word of seasoned, experienced, trained, educated specialists in intelligence and national security. What do you make of it? All of that.
So, on Nicole Wallace's show, Deadline White House on MSNBC, and if you don't watch it, it's definitely worth tuning into from time to time. Nicole Wallace was a comms person for Bush and also Bush 43,
Mm-hmm.
and also worked for John McCain during his presidential election. So, she has an interesting perspective, having been someone who's been on the campaign trail and who's also worked in the White House. And she had John Brennan, I think he's the former CIA director, on his show, and he served under both Bush and Obama. And it was interesting because the
Me too.
After the fucking line, the day he descended in the fucking escalator and declared that Mexicans were rapists and drug dealers and started doing fascist Nazi bullshit, the first day he announced, oh, and by the way, he was doing racist, fascist bullshit by saying that President Barack Obama, the first African American president that we've ever had, saying that he wasn't born in our country. Like, he has been doing this shit from the get-go. Even further back, in the New York Times, he took out an ad about the Central Park Five, and it turned out they were innocent, and they proved that through DNA tests. And when Donald Trump was asked, "Do you regret doing that, and do you think that they should go free?" No, I don't think they should go free. I don't believe it. He's done this the whole fucking time. So I'm going to be outraged at his comments. I'm going to continue to say this is not fucking normal. What might be normal for Donald Trump sure as hell is not normal for our country, nor should we act like it. But you're expecting me to have an emoji that looks like I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Neither am I, Beth. And I can tell you that Donald Trump is a dangerous, dangerous dude. He's a threat to national security on so many levels.
Yes.
And he is really taking us down a pathway of things that we don't want to be in. He's capitulating to Russia. He may end up cutting a decent
He's
deal.
sending love letters to Kim Jong-un.
He may end up cutting a good deal with China. We don't know how that's going to end up. He's sending love letters to Kim Jong Un, who's clearly screwing us. Like on every front, you know, he's wrong. He's just repeating being wrong in order to justify his behavior, which is wrong. His behavior is more and more suspect. There's just so much going on. And it's all by design. He's making it very difficult and very, very hard for any of us to keep up. That's by design. If you bombard us with chaos, then you can continue to do the things that you want to do without without consequence, because no one notices. We can't keep up, and it appears that the more desperate he has become, the more radical and outrageous his actions and his words and his behavior become. He's flailing. He's flailing and trying desperately now to just get away from not being able to have what he wants. Like, he's so desperate now for a win, right? It's like one of those basketball players, you know what I mean? Like, or golfers. Like, you win. You can't lose, and then all of a sudden you can't win. And Donald Trump is starting to see the realities, Beth, of how American people are feeling about him, because he's losing support in the Senate now. Mitch McConnell is starting to develop at least some cartilage where his backbone used to be, and other senators are speaking out. The House, but yet the Republicans continue to vote against what the American people want. They continue to vote against what the American people have said they wanted with their votes last November. They continue to ignore the consequences as if there are none for the election last November. And the only solution in my mind is to finish the job and run out all the remaining Trump cult members, as he is gotten rid of, assuming he makes it to November 2020. I'm still betting that August he's gone, just for the record. That's what I'm sticking with that prediction. And keep in mind, folks, my political keep in mind my political predictions have been very true more often than not. And I'm giving him till August. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
This is I told you
probably won it. Hey, listen, Beth, I probably won it in '99 too. We just can't remember. Chin chin. Let me run through the issues right quick because I've got some other stuff. Howard Schultz.
Please talk about this measles outbreak in
Yes.
Washington State.
Go ahead.
I need to just bitch for just a moment. So there's a county in Washington State where measles has broken out, and in this particular county, 1 in 4 children are not inoculated from measles.
Mm-hmm.
This is an outrage. I will go so far as to say that it's child neglect. I'm just going to say it. It's child neglect. But the other people who are responsible for this illness,
Mm-hmm.
and I love Larry Wilmore, but I read him the fucking Riot Act when he had some anti-vaxxer at the end of his show spewing for shit. And I was not the only one to complain, obviously, but he actually said, I'm sorry we had her on, it won't happen again. And unfortunately, what Larry Wilmore learned in one of his first shows, the mainstream media never learned, and you had Jenny McCarthy on The View spewing her anti-vaxxer reviews to literally millions of women every morning on television. You had the mainstream media outlets, people on CNN, and for whatever reason, the mainstream media thought that they had to have both sides of that argument. Meanwhile, the CDC weighed in and said, don't do that, don't do that. All of the healthcare organizations said, hey, media, stop both siding a vaccination. And now look what the hell's happened. We are the richest country in the entire fucking world, and we're going to have to deal with measles outbreaks again because of stupid, neglectful parents who didn't inoculate their children, and because of stupid fucking mainstream media who insisted that they both sides of scientific issue of inoculating your kids from measles. And
It's
I am on a total media rampage this week about several issues,
Mm-hmm.
but we can get to that maybe on Sunday. I know that you had other stuff you wanted to cover and we don't have all the time tonight.
Well, there are a couple of the issues that have happened this week. As we know, the shutdown is now, over, but there's a threat of another one in about 13 days. And Donald Trump's posturing on this wall business is not helping. It looks like it's going to be another showdown of some sort, whether it be in the courts over a fake national emergency or whether it be another shutdown, which I can't believe there would be, but who knows? This guy is so unpredictable. His administration is so unpredictable. The cult members surrounding him who are enabling and bolstering him and regurgitating his lies and propaganda, we can't count. There are no adults left in the White House. And Donald Trump is trying to consolidate, along with Mitch McConnell, and that's another thing I want to bring up. He tried to actually hold a straight face while declaring indignation at the Democrats' attempt or Democrats' efforts to ensure that every American vote counts and every American vote is counted and every American vote is actually cast, counted and counts. And it's because he knows that the Republican Party is so out of touch with what the American people actually want. The only way they can win elections at this point is to cheat or keep people away from the voting box by suppressing and denying the vote. That's the only opportunity they have to win an election, except for very few pockets around the country. Otherwise, Republicans will get slaughtered everywhere if the vote were a free and fair playing field. And it's odd that the Republicans, who keep claiming that they're patriots and that they're constitutionalists and that they want things to be based on what's written on the paper, the rule of law, and all these things they claim to be for, those are the very things they're attacking right now. They're attacking the right of every American citizen to cast their ballot and have their voice be heard. That's not American. That's not patriotic. That's not conservative. They're wanting us not to have a voice at all. They're trying to separate and divide us, y'all. Don't you see it? All the things that we believe in as American citizens, they don't want. And it's becoming more and more evident. It's all about just the money, and it's all about miseducating and preventing working class, the middle class, ordinary people from gaining education. They're trying to create a gap of knowledge and information so that only the super elite and the super wealthy can have access to education. Because as we all know, education is the pipeline to freedom, to empowerment, and to living the American dream. They're trying to keep that away from you so we can just all be a slave class in a service economy to service all their whims. And every move Trump and these Republicans in Congress are making advocate that. Instead of, voting to give back pay to the contractors who suffered as well, guess what? They said no to that, but now want to give another tax cut to only the super wealthy by eliminating the estate tax. So they're working on another tax cut for the super rich on your back. It's the biggest transfer of wealth in American history, all from poor and working people to the wealthy, and they're trying to do even more on their way out the door, y'all. That is your red pill reality check for the day.
Well, and speaking of wealthy people not paying their fair share, we got to bring up Howard Schultz and
Right.
his dumbass campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know how much I was a huge Steve Schmidt fan, and in the spirit of solidarity against Trump, I really embraced the never Trump Republicans, followed them all on Twitter, retweeted their shit all the time. Steve Schmidt, one of my favorites, has decided that he's going to at least be a mouthpiece for now. I don't know if he's actually on board and has accepted a check to consult Howard Schultz, who is, of course, the former CEO of Starbucks, who is flirting with a presidential run. But I don't know how many Ralph Naders and Jill Steins we need to go through and get fucked over before people get the picture that you're gonna fuck this country over if you run as an independent and shave off votes in states where we barely won for the last couple of decades. I am all about independents run for those, down ballot offices all day long, but for the presidential election, we got to keep our eye on the 2020 prize. We do not need social experiments before 2020. And maybe if it were a different independent, I might feel a little differently about it. But here we have again another millionaire with zero experience in governing. At least Michael Bloomberg was the mayor of New York and had some experience.
But he's already said. But Beth,
this dude, Howard Schultz,
worst ever. Now, we got.
And I'll tell you something else too, Loveless, and then I'll let you chime in. But we have all of these awesome people running for office. Kamala Harris has been campaigning her ass off. She has fundraised. She had an event, a kickoff event in Oakland, California, where over 20,000 people showed up. Those are Trump numbers. But who's getting the fucking media? Howard Schultz.
You know why?
He can finance his own campaign. You know what, mainstream media? Shut the hell up about Howard Schultz and make him spend his own fucking $1 billion for advertising like candidates should have to do. Do not prop him up the same fucking way you did Donald Trump and sink this fucking country down the shitter. And let me tell you something else too, Loveless. The only thing that the mainstream
Right. And what I can tell you, just my quick response on our way out the door is this. Number one, I've been studying, and Beth, since we started on this in the radio almost 4 years ago, believe it or not. We started Call to Reason in 2015. That's been nearly 4 years ago, coming up in next month. We would have been on the air. Um, I've been saying that the independent voter is growing in strength. And we've had 2 election cycles now. And in 2020, that'll be 3. And that's about when I thought it was going to make an impact. If say a credible, say a Michael Bloomberg ran as an independent, the electoral college is a weird thing in that whoever gets the most votes in a state gets the electoral vote. A credible third party candidate given the independent leanings of the electorate itself. Now, if a Michael Bloomberg, somebody with a good, solid, not Republican light, but a solid common sense progressive, because just like we call James Gagliano and Matt Metcalf our common sense conservatives, well, there's such a thing as a common sense progressive as well. And I think a common sense progressive agenda right now would make sense for the country. I think that's what the country, if you look at the referendums the country has voted for state by state across the country, that's what folks want. They want a common sense progressive agenda. They don't want radical left. They don't want radical right. We don't need a progressive Tea Party to take over the Democratic Party. And that's what a lot of mainstream establishment Democrats are worried about, is that the Democrats are now about to be consumed by a left-wing Tea Party, just like the Republicans have their Tea Party president right now.
Well,
You know,
and look at
hold on.
what happened with the Republicans when they embraced the Tea Party and didn't reject them.
Right. They
That's
got a Tea Party president, and he's wrecking the country. So the only thing I can say that I still advocate a strong, independent set of candidates. And for 2020, the stakes are too high for that. I agree. We should do that in a non-presidential election and really make a strong push to develop that more. I certainly believe that the time has come for independent candidates to have strong voices. I would urge the billionaires whose egos cannot resist political candidacy to run for the United States Senate against the incumbent Republican wherever you are, because you have enough money to win, and we need you in the United States Senate as an independent, because if we have enough independents in the United States Senate, it will force both political parties to play fair, level playing field on behalf of the American people ball in order to get those independents to caucus with them to make a majority. And the same would be true in the House. If you're a billionaire or multi-hundred millionaire thinking about getting into politics, do not run for president. Run for Congress or the Senate, where you can win and reshape the dialogue in that branch of government, okay? And at least in 2020, get some experience, get a name for yourself, but by all means, stay away from this presidential election. I agree with Beth totally. Although I'm for independent candidates, as being an independent myself, I believe it's time for America to elect a fully independent president, but it ain't going to happen in 2020, and we should not be chaotic about it. We should be sober and real about it. We need to focus. Michael Bloomberg, one more point, but Michael Bloomberg said if he runs, he will run as a Democrat. And I believe, honestly, I believe he would win it, and I believe he would beat Trump as well, because the Jewish community even though he moved the embassy to Jerusalem, he has done so much other shit that has pissed off Jewish people. Bloomberg would beat his ass.
And not all Jewish people even supported that.
Right,
that move.
right. Bloomberg would beat his ass.
Just like any religion, different
Right.
varying factors and people feel differently about what's happening in
Right.
Israel. So just like any religion, it's not monolithic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add one more thing, Loveless, and this is something that I want to talk about on Sunday, because there was a really interesting
I saw that.
were there, and I think we should play that clip.
I'm going to play that clip. I'm glad you brought it up. I saw the clip. I'm going to play it. It's about taxation, and we're going to play it. It's spot on. Octavia Cortez, she's right as well. We're going to talk about it on Sunday. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. I'm just going to tell everybody, thank you again for being here. Thank you again to K-Shi, the Zuni Connection, and Legacy Pawn, our sponsors. K-Shi right there, 227 Don Gaspar, and kshi.com. You're going to get some great stuff. The price is going to be right. Whoever you give it to, either you are going to be happy or whoever you give it to are going to be delighted. And they do a lot of great for a wonderful pueblo in New Mexico. They sell the art of the Zuni people. You got to go to kshi.com. Check them out, world. You're going to love them. And Legacy Pawn right here in Santa Fe. If you need to sell some stuff, if you are sick of paying retail, they do 100% trade back on musical instruments, jewelry, all kind of great stuff. Their prices are right. Don't spend your hard-earned money on retail. Go down to Legacy Pawn and get some quality merchandise. Highest selection of quality merchandise in Santa Fe. You got to check them out. We're going to be back on the radio Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here in Santa Fe. 10 a.m. to noon where Beth is in Jersey City in the New York Metro. 9 to 11 in the Central Time Zone and 7 to 9 on the West Coast. You got to check out Call to Reason Reality Talk Radio. It's our radio show, and we are going to have a action-packed blockbuster show. We're going to cover a lot of ground, and Beth and I are going to once again deliver our promise to you of bringing you your weekly alternative to alternate reality. Thank you so much for being here. Beth, I love you. Happy Thursday. You look great, by the way. I love those glasses. I love the glasses turtleneck thing. You look so German right now. You know, you and Gerd not. Yeah, you're Dita. You're Dita. All right, good night, y'all. Thank you again for being here with us on Call to Reason, CTR on the Side, Thirsty Thursday edition. This is our podcast. We love you. Peace.